Welcome to Rokk Around the Clock, daily cloud gaming news live at the same time, Monday to Friday. But first, if you're new to the show, please subscribe and hit the bell. If you'd like to support the channel, why not hit the join button on the channel homepage and become a member of Team Rokk? There he is! Happy Friday to you. We're here. We made it. Woohoo! Another one. Wow, they whip past, don't they? They just go like... just... not... but more like... How are you guys and guysesses? I hope you're well. I hope you've had a great week. Those of you just venturing into Friday the 10th, I hope you have a good one. Those of you like me that have pretty much seen it come and go, I hope it went well. And for those of you right in the middle, I hope the morning is not even as good as the afternoon. There you go. That's how I hope it's going to work out for you. Of course, big day today. Those of you like me who bought the basic Hogwarts, not all you posh folk that bought the deluxe version to get a sneaky peeky. No, well, it comes out, I can tell you this now, on PC in 55 minutes. So there you go. You can play it in the cloud on Boosteroid as well, if you have a Boosteroid account, or if you've got yourself a 7-day account to test it out, etc., which is what my daughter's going to be doing. And of course you can download it and play it. I think the times are different if you've bought it for console. I'm purely talking about PC. And of course, for those of you that were hanging out waiting to see, hoping, keeping all your fingers crossed, and you'd even got the rabbit's tail and the black cat swinging around your head, hoping you were going to get it in the big giveaway. I'm so sorry if you didn't win. So, the winner was chosen and carefully vetted, and they have been emailed. I haven't heard back yet. And of course, usual rules apply. If I don't ever hear back, it goes back in the pot. But it hasn't happened yet. But thank you so much, everybody who did take part. And of course, don't forget, we're still doing The Last of Us and Star Wars Jedi Survivor for March and April. And if you're really good boys and girls, I might even pop another one in between times. So keep an eye on rockshow.com and I'll put it all on there. Of course, you can also join my newsletter, details on the same site. I try and pop out a little newsletter once a week, and I'll always keep you up to date on any of the new giveaways. Hope you're well. Hope you watched, if you were able to, of course, Rock Players last night. It was good fun. I'm trying to think who was on it. We had MM2K. That was a rare treat. We had Ninja Guy X, and we had Doragon making his virtuoso appearance. An excellent guest he was too, so he has been given a pass. He can come back whenever he wants. And our good friend Ant, as always, travelling home from work in his car, wearing a hat. I don't know why. I don't know why anybody wears a hat in a heated car with no open windows and stuff. But I guess it's a thing. Very often see folk with their caps on in the car, and I kind of think to myself, why? I don't know. Then again, I suppose I ought to wind that back. I wear my coat very often in the car. So yeah, I suppose it's horses for courses, ain't it? Shiogarath. Hi there to you. Thanks for popping in. Great to see you. Hope you enjoy the show. Stick around. There's always good bants. I like to say it's award winning, but I'm kind of paying it forward because no one's actually awarded me anything yet. But one day it might win an award. Who knows? Who can tell? Who can tell what tomorrow brings? We've got some lovely folk in the chat today. Pop your chat up earlier in the pre-launch window. In Lead is in the house. How are you? How are you, my friend? Great to see you. Thanks for popping in. Young Ray and Joe and Pico Fusion and Doragon is there. And MJ Parks. Great to see you, my friend. Demi, of course. Demi, did you get your pictures in to the NVIDIA GeForce Now Twitter competition? Get them in. You can win a massive widescreen monitor. Got to do it. Rudigs! Hey, mate, I thought you were on your way to Hawaii. Or is that to come? Oh, I'm not jealous. Just a tad. I'm off tomorrow. Or is it Sunday? I'm not going to anywhere as exotic, though. I'm just going down to visit my daughter at university for the weekend. Looking forward to that. Lots of hugs and food and fun, as one does. Miss T22, how are you? Don't forget, guys, it is, of course, Team Rokk Friday. So no point in doing exclamation mark win. It's nice of you to do it, but it won't make a jot because you're either in the old Team Rokk or you ain't. And all members have already been added into the wheel, as you know. So all we have to do at some point today is spin that little wheel and then see what games you're going to get. Just hold your horses, but it'll happen, I promise. Slow gaming news week this week. Yeah, it was. It tends to be these days, Joe, if I'm honest. It's funny, you know, even though Stadia never themselves said a great deal, there was always something going on to talk about. And I do struggle these days, but I have an interesting, is it news? Yeah, it's kind of news. I do have something that I'm going to have a little bit of not a rant, but maybe one of those little, what do you call it, when you take some picking apart. We're going to pick something apart, which I've seen in an article. Actually, I've seen it in several articles today. I get a news filter feed thing that comes through every day, which is partly how I see ahead of time what's going to be news. And I was seeing earlier loads of saying the same thing. So I was thinking, yeah, it doesn't ring true. And you'll see why. So I've just today been thinking about it and I put some notes together. And I thought we'd just pick it apart later. Interested in your thoughts. See what you guys think. Doragon unlocked more of the story in Returnal. Oh my God, I'm getting pulled in hard to get to the end now. Wow. Yeah, well, you guys are absolute legends when it comes to the hard stuff. See, that's it. I just have to watch you guys. Yeah, so no way I could get in there. I'm so glad, Rudigs. I'm literally playing as we speak. Wow. Neil J, how are you, my friend? Neil wears a hat in the car in the morning, driving my wife to work because it looks an absolute disaster. Are we talking about hair? There is that, isn't there? There's guys with no hair, and so a hat becomes a substitute, I guess. And then there's other guys, it does look pretty cool, it has to be said, you know, when you've got the peak and it's kind of shading your eyes, so you kind of get that, you know, that kind of, what's he called, Clint Eastwood look. You know what I mean? I know. Hey, look, it's William. Hello, Rokk. Recovering slowly, but excited to help. Yeah, mate, honestly. So I've got the game. I've got it. I've got the early access game on PC. So I would love to do a video with you. I did mention it to Bjorn, but he's a bit tied up because I was thinking kind of get a gang together. But I'd just love for you to do a Simply Pwned Pro video, and that would be absolutely amazing to show folk how it all works. That would be cool as anything. Please, sir. Yeah, we'll do that as soon as you're fit and well, my friend. I'm away for the weekend anyway, so maybe next week if you're free. That would be so cool, wouldn't it? We could do a joint stream as well. We could both stream it. That would be amazing. Yep, I thought that's what you meant. I didn't think you meant your wife. That would be a disaster, that's for sure. It looks at that. He said, I wear a hat in the car driving my wife. It looks an absolute disaster. I'm thinking, how rude. No, my hair. The wife's going, what are you saying? That's it. Out the door. There's your bags. Get out of here. Happy Friday, Adam. How are you, my friend? Good to see you, buddy. Rokk rocks. Hey, thanks, dude. And look, there's another new little avatar. There's a new little Joe avatar. Awesome stuff. For anyone giving Hogwarts a spin, choose your house wisely, especially if you want the opportunity to visit. So what any tips? What should we choose if we want to visit Azkaban, the prisoner of Azkaban? So at the moment, I bought the game. Well, I bought it over a week ago thinking I'd be able to play it early. I didn't realise that was only restricted to the deluxe version. And my girls have got it connected up One's got it connected on Booster or using my Steam account. The other one's just in as a family member on my Steam account. So I doubt I'm going to get to play it for a little while because they're going to lock me out of Steam. But it's good because I'm really into Ragnarok, God of War Ragnarok now. I'm loving it. And I don't know how much more of it I've got left. And I'm loath to say I'm at this point because I don't want it to kind of be a spoiler. But I've no idea because I'm doing as many of the little missions and side missions as come up. So for all I know, I may have days worth left. So I thought I'd let them get Hoggy out of their system first. And then I'll pick it up a little bit later. It's fine by me. I don't need to be out doing all the thing, as it were. Look at Ray giving it the praise. That's Ray's praise right there, ladies and gents. Right there. Team No Hair, go for it. It's funny, you know. I mean, I've been blessed with rather a thick mop. But I said this to someone the other day. It really... Now look at this. What the heck have I done? Hang on a minute. Oh no, look at that. It's like a chicken. I look like a chicken. It genuinely wouldn't bother me if I didn't have any hair. I know I say that from the position of having more than is, humanly necessary, but it wouldn't do. I would just, even if I had like a high, forehead, I just shave it off. I reckon it looks pretty cool, personally. Clive and Joe and others, and I think it looks really neat. I think gone are the days, I hope they've gone, when men used to get really kind of insecure about not having hair. It's like when I was a kid, if you wore glasses, you were always picked on, and then Harry Potter came along and it actually changed and made it really cool to wear them. You even get guys and gals wearing them with clear glass now, just because, it looks good. So I'm glad when things like that happen. That sort of... There's the poor little kids that used to get picked on when I was at school for wearing specs and stuff. Now they're just like, yeah, look at him, he looks like Harry. Wow. Nice. Well, my wife always looks great. Of course she does, dude. Of course she does. And I'm sure she does to everybody else as well. Hufflepuff, says Joe, it's the only house that has a side quest where you can visit Azkaban. Thanks for the tip, my friend, Hufflepuff. See, I don't know a lot about the old Harry Potter. Never read the books. My kids loved it, as did most people born in the 80s, 90s and the noughties. But it was never a thing for me. I have seen, how many movies were there? 6, 7, 8? I think I've probably seen all of them at one point or another. But it's funny and my wife's quite a big Potter fan as well, so whenever they do a kind of trivia quiz, they laugh at me because I get the names wrong. They think it's hilarious. Hey, Windstar, how are you, my friend? Good to see you, bro. Azkaban. Oh, isn't it a prison? I mean, I'm only going off the fact that I think one of the books or the films is called The Prisoner of Azkaban, but I may have got that wrong. But there we go. It's the prison from Harry Potter. There you go. You see? Oh, not so bad. I know a few little things. Team Slytherin for Rudigs. Yeah, isn't Slytherin the one that had the blonde dude in who's a bit naughty in the films and the books? I don't know nothing. Rudigs, same. So Joe chose Slytherin as well. Yeah. Does it make a difference in the actual game other than Azkaban? I mean, do you... So like in a lot of RPGs, if you choose your class, like in Baldur's Gate, you've got so many options to choose class and what whether you're a human or an elf and stuff, and they all have different traits and things. Does it matter? Does it matter what house you select in Legacy on the basis of it gives you different... I mean, obviously it gives you an extra side quest, which is interesting, but... does it give you different kind of, potions and magics and things and all that kind of malarkey? No, I would never have guessed, says Rudigs. They've gone off on a Harry Potter chat now, folks. I think we'll leave them in the corner to discuss their pottering around. I tell you what, before we do the wheel, I just want to share with you this thing that I've been mulling today. I'm interested in your thoughts, guys. See if you share a similar thought. Joe says, for your character traits, not necessary. but it does affect the storyline. Okay, cool. Coolly Holy. And Just Joe gets 2 Rudig's points. There you go, look at that. They're giving each other their own points. Isn't that amazing? Eddie, happy Friday, everybody. Birthday weekend begins today. Woohoo! Happy birthday, Eddie. Nice one, my friend. Are you in the 2s, the 3s, or higher? You don't need to give us your specific age, of course, my friend. But what have you got planned? You doing anything nice? Are you getting any special gifts? Anybody, buying you something nice? I watched a video earlier talking about getting nice things. It was quite long, actually, and it was the product lead at PlayStation, and she was unboxing and demoing the PSVR 2. Brand new video today it was. And so, yeah, massive box, as you can imagine, lots of boxes within boxes and stuff. And then she just took you through how you put it on and adjust it, what the various buttons do. And then, I got excited because I forgot to cancel it at the end. So I got no choice. It's coming out of my account at the end of the month, whether I like it or not. Well, that's going to be my kind of, birthday present for next year early, I think. Let's get ourselves over to Larry. Simple Larry. Oh, Alex, bless you, my friend. No exclamation mark win today, dude. It's Team Rokk Friday. All the Team Rokk members get a go at a prize without having to do much. App J, long time no see, my friend. Great to see you back. Hope you're well, dude. Lovely to see you. I love seeing folks when they come back. Eddie says I'll be 37 on Sunday. There you go. Not sure of presents, but having some garden work done. Yeah, I know what you're saying, buddy. It's like me at Christmas. What would you like? Well, I need some new socks. Could do with some new boxer shorts. It's like 10-year-old me's going, what? What? What the hell is wrong with you? I know, but every year it's good to get a new set of pants. That's what I say. Pants in the UK vernacular. Friday. MJ Parks. My good friend, a member for 8 months. How cool is that? Still stoked about Baldur's Gate and hope to add it. Amazing. Yeah, I did a very, very tiny look at it on GeForce Now earlier because, bless them, the folk at GeForce Now gave me a code. So that was very, very generous of them. So I had a little looky-poos and, oh wow, the opening cutscene and the story and stuff looks amazing. So I desperately hope that William can help guide me through in his amazing pro tips way. Eddie, my wife's birthday's on Tuesday. No way. So next weekend we're going to Prague. Oh, Prague. Never been, only heard amazing things. Are you flying? You flying from locally, or do you have to drive a distance to get to an airport? They're just about shut hours down locally. We've got, I think the closest one, if we want to go anywhere half decent now, is about 2-hour drive. Not the end of the world, but you kind of have to figure in the time and the petrol and the parking and all that stuff. But whereas our local airport, we could just get someone to drop us off, and it was a lot easier. But thank you so much, my friend. That's really, really cool. Excuse me. It says 6 months there, but it's not. He's been a member for 8 months. So I don't know what it's talking about. Streamlabs, you don't know what you're talking about. Get out of it. Martinez and Jem at the same time. Look at that. No wicked or vicious rumours, folks. Just because they entered the room at the same time don't mean nothing. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, my friends. Right, so let's get over to Simple Larry. And it's local enough, about an hour's drive. Okay. Manchester direct. Oh, nice. Oh, you can go anywhere from Manchester, can't you? So, look, this is a bit of a precursor to my rant. It's not a rant. It's a pick-apart thing. Because, I'm just a bit fed up with lazy journalists. They just, somebody grabs a story. I mean, a classic, which has nothing to do with this, is our friends at Cloud Dosage reported, if you remember, earlier in the week, we covered it, on the fact that 50 games were leaving Luna. Now, it's not difficult to see, but Every single article that I've seen anywhere else, whether it's been Verge or Yahoo or anywhere, have all said, according to cloud dosage, and you think, brilliant for cloud dosage, don't get me wrong here, amazing for them, but you lazy beeps, you could have gone and worked this out yourselves, what the heck? I don't know. See, look, Martinez told Jem to wait a few minutes, mate, they always let you down. Yeah, you can't count on folk. I'll tell you that now for nothing. So anyway, a bit annoyed at the old lazy journalists. And I came across a whole ton of articles today, which we'll cover in a second. But before we went there, I just want to show you this. So this is not a brand new article at all. This goes back to October last year. And this is just to set some context. So, that's great. We've now gone too big and we can't close the pop-ups. There we are. So cloud gaming revenues to hit 2.4 billion in 2022. Up 74% year on year. Revenues will triple by 2025. That's all speculations, all future stuff. We're not worried about that. What I'm keen on is the 2.4 billion. In actual fact, I've seen other articles stated as higher. I think the highest I've seen for 2022 was about 3.2 billion. And for 21, about half of that, about 1.6 billion. So that's the numbers we're going to work on. The numbers actually ain't that relevant, to be fair, because this little rant is going to be more about relative values. Right, okay. So forget all that. I'm going to bring up another article. Let me just turn this dude down because he's already getting on my nerves. Curly was laughing at that cloud gaming article you read. Oh, mate, I see most of the time, and I see loads. Most of the time, I don't bother passing them on because it's like, oh, you idiot. With that one, I thought, oh man, did you even bother to do the research? David, how are you, my friend? Great to see you. Good to see. Geek to Sneak. How are you? Hey, yo. Boom, 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 boom. Tracy, lovely to see you. There's old Tracy. Tracy, I don't know. So you remember yesterday, Vet won in the game giveaway. Oh, bless him. I got in touch and I said, mate, choose a game of your choice. And he went back and looked at it and he said, I saw that it was almost Tracy. So I'd like her to have the prize. Oh, bless you. So Tracy didn't want it. First of all, she said, no, it's Vet's prize. He must have it. But I said, no, he's really insistent. So that was nice. A little bit behind the scenes loving friendliness. That's what we like, isn't it? The 5 years since Stadia started was, don't, mate, don't go there. This is what we're talking about, brother. So let me pull up let's see if I can find the article or an article. So this is Verge. This will do us for now. All right, Verge, they're all the same. So actually, Verge, to be fair to them, probably did the better job. I've seen a ton of these today where they've been sort of saying, no wonder Stadia went bust. They had like less than 5% of the market share in 2022. But I've been really pulling this apart. It's worth going through in a little bit more detail. So here's the thing. The CMA, which you remember, it's the commission, the Monopolies Commission folk in the UK who have been investigating the whole Activision, Blizzard, Microsoft, Xbox, PlayStation shenanigans. You remember all that stuff, right? So they pulled up a report recently, literally in the last few days. I think it was where are we, the 9th? I think 10th. I think it was the 7th. Basically saying, and bearing in mind they're trying to prove here that Xbox are a gorilla and they've just sucked up all the market, right? But so what they said was, in 2022 market share, they said, Xbox cloud gaming had 60 to 70%, let me zoom in for you guys, here we go, 60 to 70% of the cloud gaming market. Remember those numbers just now? We're going to go off of 3.2 bill because that's actually the end of the year figures that I've seen. NVIDIA GeForce Now, they reckon a very handsome 10 to 20%. Sony, the same. And then they've said Stadia, 0 to 5%. And Luna, the same. Now, here's the thing. All right, here's the really important thing. Firstly, as I've said, the CMA are trying to show in this article that Xbox have just dominating the market. But the problem is, what they've done is they've taken the amount of users for Game Pass Ultimate, right, and the amount of users as far as Sony are concerned who are PlayStation Plus Premium, and they've just gone, well, they've got access to cloud. Therefore, they have 70% of the available space. And of course, the thing is this. We don't know what Stadia's numbers were. They've never given them. Neither has Sony, but GeForce Now and Xbox have given us some numbers, and that's kind of what they've worked it off. Now, in fairness to The Verge, they do go on to say that in the CMA article, they have put loads of asterisks to say, look, truthfully, we don't know how many people in the Xbox xCloud arena are in there using cloud. And let's not forget, GeForce Now, when they give their numbers out, they're specifically talking about people who have absolutely chosen to play in the cloud. There are people who have tried xCloud, but may not have tried it again. They might have gone, what's this? Let me try this. Oh, I thought I would, oh no, I want to download it. Right? We don't know. We just don't know. So those numbers, as far as CMA are concerned, they've got to be taken with a pinch of salt. But of course, what these articles have stung in on is, 5% for Stadia. No wonder they crapped out. Well, I've got a different take on this. And also, interestingly enough, they cite that in 2021, those numbers were 5 to 10% Stadia, 20 to 30% Xbox, 30 to 40% highest for Sony. Because, of course, don't forget, prior to xCloud really taking off, Sony had PS Plus out for a long time with cloud. So they dominated, way before the others. At one point, if you go back a further year, they're probably like 80% of the market, right? And it says that, the CMA claims that Microsoft Xbox cloud gaming held between 60 and 70% of the cloud gaming market, but that should be taken with a grain of salt. The Verge did a good job here. There are a ton of asterisks around that number, which the CMA spends 2 full pages addressing. For example, Microsoft and Sony's game streaming services are available as part of larger packages, such as Game Pass Ultimate and PlayStation Plus. Well, not such as, that's exactly what they are, premium. Users who have access to streaming services through these packages may not actually utilize them. So these numbers are kind of meaningless. The regulator additionally says it likely overestimated Sony's share because they double counted people that had the old school PS Plus that then migrated to PlayStation Now, that was the original one, and then they went to PS Plus Premium, and for a while they kind of had the two things going on, so they double head counted them. Difficult to compare. So I've done a bit of thinking on this, guys, and this is my guess, right? So first and foremost, 2021, from what I have seen in other places, and you can go and dig this up on Google, you can go and look for it, it looked like the marketplace was worth about 1.6 billion, okay, which if Stadia had 10%, that's $160 million. Not too bad. Now, if in 2022 it doubled, which by my estimation, or at least by the reports I've seen, then guess what? Stadia maintained the same revenue. It's 160. It's half, but it's twice as much of the market. So even on that basis, you're looking at $160 million. I don't know. I don't know if that's sufficient to keep it going, but it gets more interesting. So what I did was I said, okay, look, we know that doesn't equal what they've said. It can't do, because they've not done the breakdown that says, hang on a minute, what actual amount of people are using, because GeForce Now is exclusively for people interested in the cloud. Stadia and Luna, exclusively for people interested in the cloud. Xbox and PlayStation, it's just a fringe benefit, so you have to weight it accordingly. So here's my guess. Out of 3.2 billion, right? And I've worked this off the basis of numbers that we've seen from Xbox and from GeForce Now, and I reckon it's more like this at the end of 2022. So by this point, Stadia's out of it almost. I reckon you're looking at 30% Xbox, still the highest, by the way. Now that's out of 3.2 billion, that's $960 million, just shy of $1 billion in cloud gaming alone. 20% for GFN, $640 million. And the same for Sony. I think they're neck and neck, $640 million. I mean, that's a chunk of change. Now, I reckon Stadia was closer to 15% of that 3.2 billion, which is $480 million. That ain't insignificant, is it? And then I reckon the same for Luna and others. So your Boosteroids and your Black Nuts and all the other guys in there as well. I honestly don't know what Luna's share is, but I have another thought on Luna, and it's this. With Stadia, my personal belief is that anywhere between 200 million and 500 million, which is what I think its turnover was as a percentage of the market, I think anywhere in that space means that it's a viable unit with growth potential. I think they killed it simply because the position of all the big tech companies since the end of COVID has not been good. They've not been able to keep the same level of business up. The growth hasn't been there. What they've done is to counter this, because they're not making the profits, is they've got rid of staff and they've cut business units out and they've sold off businesses they don't want anymore. That's what they've done. Stadia was an alien thing to Google. It's never been core. It's never been, yes, they sell cloud services. Yes, they do. But not like this, not direct to consumers and not within a space that's already saturated. So I think that's why they got rid of it. I genuinely don't think it had anything at all to do with whatever percentage of the market or whatever values. And I wrote loads of stuff on this, guys. You don't need to see most of this. But, that's where I think we are. And I think, you know what? That's like a day's worth of research. Come on, journalists. You can do a heck of a lot better than this, surely. It officially does, Tracy. It officially hits Boosteroid in, well, if you've got the PC version, which you'd need to play on Boosteroid, you've got 20 minutes, and then it's live on there. System Shock has been opted in. That's cool. Of course, there's a big difference between being opted in, which is a tick box on Steam, and actually having the game ported by GeForce Now themselves. We've seen this. We've seen how, you've said it yourself to me in the past, Al, there'll be a ton of guys. I just realised I'm very dark today. There you go. There'll be a ton of guys, a ton of indie studios and so on that tick that box. No worries, just tick that baby. But then it's down to GeForce and their available resources. And of course, they have, as everybody in the planet does, unless it's completely automated, a limited amount of resource. And they are going to have to prioritize the big hitters as they get them. So, you never know. And there you go. Look, there you go. Gem is absolutely saying what I've just said. So Gem ticked that box and their game is still not on GFN. Do you see my point? So I don't think it matters if you opt in or you don't opt in. Yes, it says to NVIDIA, we'd be quite happy to have our game there, but ultimately it's down to them. Some games, I think they just go, we just don't have the time for it. It's not going to be, it's only got 3,000 people playing it or what have you. It's not worth the effort. Over here we've got Atomic Heart or Hogwarts or Plague Tale or whatever, and we need to spend the time on that one because that's going to be a banger. I think that's how it works. I don't know for sure. I'm an ambassador, but they don't tell us any of this stuff. The business stuff is very much kept to themselves. Darkened for the article. I know. No, I just had my ISO set to 160. If you'd like to know, my friend, technically, I've now put it up to 250, and I could keep going and get it brighter, but I quite like the little drop of light Just on the side of my face there, Martinez. I think it's a thing of beauty. Anyway, that was my little rant of the day. There wasn't really much more news, but I saw that one this morning and I thought, blimey, are they going to keep bashing Stadia? You know, it's dead. It's in its grave, for God's sake. Let's give it some credit. And I actually think, you know, if you strip out the Xbox and the PlayStation numbers, because we don't know them, but we do have some idea from Xbox, which is what I've based that on. And truthfully, if you're going to do it, if you're going to do it properly, you need to have a shared metric, which is only include the people who not only have tried cloud gaming, but have gone on to use it throughout the year. Otherwise, you can't call it a market share in that year. You know, anybody can say, you know, I mean, look, GeForce Now have got a free account. How many people have gone, yeah, I'll give it a go. They know this. Try it out. Don't bother with it again. You know, yeah, you can turn around and say 40 million people have tried xCloud or 40 million people have tried GeForce Now, but the key is active users. Have they been active for more than a month or 2 months? Even if that's only once or twice a month, are they still going back in it? That you can call a market. And I think the problem is as I've said, Stadia, Luna and GeForce Now are the only 3 out of those 5 who were exclusively cloud. Anybody that used their service was trying cloud, but we can't guarantee the same with PlayStation or Xbox. And we know Sony have been hiding. They've made it the hardest thing in the world to see what new games are coming to cloud and everything else. So there you go. There you go. That was my little rant. A little one. Only a titchy-witchy one. But poor Gem. Oh, mate. It's a lovely little game as well. But yeah, exactly. Gem's a classic case point there. Rockmouth, I want to ask everyone, how many games do you have in your Steam wish list? Oh, I only had about 4, and I got rid of 2 earlier today, funnily enough. In my Steam library, I think I have approaching a couple of 100 games. But yeah, in my wish list, I don't bother with the wish lists, to be honest. I just wait and see what comes along. Right, you wunderbar folk. Shall we? Their title doesn't indicate all the asterisks. Gosh, this is an article and a half, says Curly. Lord Gaming Man, how are you, dude? Oh, Lord Gaming Men. He has a logo with Gaming Man, but a name with more of his brethren in it, and that's absolutely fine. How are you, dude? Hope you're well, Brandon. Got a good weekend coming up. How's your foot, by the way? Brandon went to hospital the other day. He sliced his foot open on some glass. I hope it's all right now. Peda! Peda! Da-da! Peda! How are you, my friend? Uncle Rock? Yeah. Get old Uncle Rock's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. Should we go over to the Wheel of Fortune? Fortunates. Oh, his foot's good. Well done. Did you have stitches in the end? Did you have to slice it? Have to put little stitches in it or anything? Or did they just give you a lollipop and send you home? Ouch. I know. Ooh. I've got really delicate foot soles. You know, like if you're down on a pebbly beach, I can't walk with nothing on my feet, even like quite rounded pebbles. It causes me so much hassle. So I have to have those little beach shoes, not flip-flops. I don't like those very much. They always remind me of sweaty feet. Whenever anybody's flip-flops fly off, they're always like grey where their foot's been. I always think, ugh. No, I'm on about those proper like the ones that, you know, surfers wear, like rubber and everything. I always wear those. And then I toddle down across the pebbles, no fear. Nothing in the world, no problems at all. He had stitches. Wow. And a lollipop. Awesome. Oh, Ray feels sorry for you, mate. He's got a little raid here going on. I have 31 games on my wish list. Wow. I don't wear anything on my feet on the beaches. Yeah, see, I got really sensitive feet. I know. But you know, the funniest thing is, they're not ticklish. I can withstand a tickle on my feet. I'm just like, yeah, keep doing it, my friend. I can withstand this. But if I step on anything, it's like, so painful. Ouch. Right, let's have a look at the Wheel of Fortune. Here we go. Right, so today, you wonderful folk, as always, of course, let me just get rid of this window so I can, there we go. We have all of the members. So that's everybody on YouTube, everybody on Patreon, and the 2 people, bless them, that pay directly on PayPal. So everybody's in the list. If you have joined, I say this every week, but I do actually usually get notified. But if you have joined since the show has started, let me know before I spin the wheel so that I can add you in. I will check though. Don't you be giving none of your cheeky shenanigans. Yes, you. I know you were thinking about it. Oh, look at this. Biggest flex. Martinez can withstand a tickle as well. Yeah, there you go. I'm signing up for again. I have 100 games on GeForce. Wow, that's cool. Well, they'll be all on Steam and Epic and stuff, won't they? I think I've got 159 on GeForce across me GOG, me Epic, and me Steam. Barefoot Beach Gang. Yeah, you lot with your legendary raids and your solo efforts in Returnal and your non-pain feeling feat. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care if I'm a sensitive soul with sensitive souls. Right, shall we get a spinning? Shall we see who's going to win? I want to wait until, let me see, until War Master. I'm going to wait. Now I'm doing it. Oh, this is the... Ready? Oh, I love this one. Oh, I love the vibe. Who's it going to be? I'd laugh if it was Tracy again. No, it's past Tracy. Is it going to be Big Steve? Is it going to be... Oh, Rouster, it could be your day. Hang on. I think it's going to be Miss T22. I think it is.
Miss T22.
Oh, and the little voice confirms it. Miss T22. Yoo-hoo. Every day, bless her, she comes into the show. Absolutely deserved. Thank you so much, Wheel. Right. Let's see what Miss T22 is going to get. Now, I've added a ton of choose your owns in, guys, because, but, yeah, you like that, don't you? Rigged. In lead. Don't be so naughty. Right, let's see now. This is, of course, the way it works for Team Rokk is that there are bundles of games, not just one game. Each of these little bundles has up to 4 games in them. So we've got all sorts of sometimes cryptically named bundles, but nonetheless, we're going to spin and you can choose. I reckon it's going to... I've put a load of choose your owns in, so I'm reckoning the odds are that is what you're going to get. Right, let's do it. Oh, yeah! Come on! Hey everybody, take a look at me. I got street credibility. I don't need a job because I love to down in the bed to get down to look at your bod. Yeah. Do. I felt I went into an 80s rap vibe then. It just kind of took me away. What you got? Build and puzzle, I reckon, or is it going to be tricked? Oh, we're off again. Tricks and lifts. Tricks and lifts double pack. Wow, I have no idea what that is. Look at that. I have fully embarrassed myself with my little bit of 80s rap. It's the only piece of 80s rap I know as well. Brilliant stuff, Miss T22. I will be in touch. I will let you know. that you won Tricks and Lifts double pack. I have no idea what that is, to be honest with you, but I'm sure it's amazing. And she will have the wondrous time experimenting and exploring tricks and lifts. Yeah, we're back. Well, I hope you enjoyed my little rap there. I don't know. I know it was okay. Yeah, Adam, you were very, very close. I genuinely thought it was going to end with you. It was you or Miss T, and I thought, oh, I think it's going to be Adam on this one. But alas, alack, my friend, there was pixels in it as well. Pixels, I say. Do you know what is bizarre though? Is no matter how much I shuffle this thing, it always seems to magnate around the same people. And I don't know why. I might have to look up a new random choice thing. And yeah, just to mix it up a little bit. Because I'm looking down here and I'm seeing names that they've never come close. Nimbus Cloud. Oh, who else we got? There's loads of little names here. I don't know, War Master. Never seen these names come close. Bexy Bob. Smithsonian one. Well, we might just have to explore this and see what we come up with, won't we? So there you go, guys. That was fantastic. Happens a lot. Oh, come on. You've won your fair share of prizes, Mr. Rouster. Not only on my show, but I am to know you've won a few on others as well. And didn't you win... did you win one of my big prizes, like Callisto Protocol or God of War or something as well? You haven't done so badly, my friend. How's your sleeping thing going, by the way? Is that good? How's that going? I tell you what, we've got a few minutes left before the end of the show, and genuinely there ain't a lot of news. I mean, I can pull it up, but we'll be just sat there going, yeah, new games on Black Nut, yeah, new games on Boosteroid, yeah. Why don't we play a game? Why don't we play What Are You Doing at the Weekend? And let's see who's going to be doing the most bizarre thing. So I'll start off. I'm not doing anything bizarre, but my family are going ice skating. Why is that bizarre? Because I'm not. I can't stand anything physical like that. I fall over. And I'm a big fella to fall over. I mean, I'm 6'2" and whatever. I've emailed them and I'm waiting for them to get back, Tracy. So before I sort of announce it, I need to confirm, because sometimes people don't like the limelight. So what I typically do is say, are you happy with me to mention who you are? Or if not, I'll leave it that you just tell people if you want to go on Twitter or whatever your thingy bob is. But I haven't checked since the show started because I turn all my notifications and stuff off. But just before the show, I had checked and they hadn't got back yet. So I'm waiting to find out. But it wasn't a name I recognised. It wasn't anybody there was nobody in our firmament, if you know what I mean. So, but they were a subscriber. I did check on that. So we shall see. I will let you know if they're happy for it to be publicised. Grandmaster Rokk, White Lines. Oh, I love that song. Going through my mind. Yeah, something like a phenomenon. Turn back ready to come along in white lines. That was Grandmaster Melly Mel, wasn't it? Or whatever his name was. Mostly my teens, I'm trying to have a business meeting with a man in the UK with sensitive feet soles. Mate, some of us have got sensitive parts. That just happens to me in the bottom of my feet. Can't help it. I don't even like walking around on hard surfaces, like laminate flooring and stuff. I can tell you right now, hang on, let me see if I can show you this. I'm just going to prove a point here. Hang on, let me just go back. I'm back in time. Here we go. Right, I've just kicked my light over, but don't worry about that. Look, let me show you something here, all right? I've actually got 2 pairs of socks on. Look, I got 1 pair there and a thick woolly pair to keep my little tootsies warm and protected. The outer layer one is like a slipper, you see. It's got little pads on the bottom, so the extra thickness protects my souls. You see what I do. Hey, it's all true. Ant's got all excited. Look at that. He's got all excited. Wow. Martinez, my dad is the same. I'm not taking that as a compliment, mate. I'm really not. I'm not being compared to somebody's dad. It's no compliment. Although in truth, I probably could be your dad. Not by probability, but purely by chronology. Yeah. It's warm today, where Adam is, so no need for 2 socks. It's cold in here, mate. I don't know what the actual temperature is. I could actually tell you. But I tell you outside, let me just pull up my... Oh, I'm not going to tell you what it is outside. It's embarrassingly warm. But it's cold in here. I can only tell you. Miss T22, you won a prize! Never mind the feat. When you stepped away, you won today's giveaway. You didn't even know it, bless you. You did. You won Tricks and something double pack. You did. So I will be sending you that code. On Discord, are you on? Oh, look at that. I've exposed me beautiful light, as much as it's actually quite arty. Are you on my Discord, Miss T? I can't recall. If you're not, there should be a link in the description below. So jump in, and then I can award you the code that way. It's the easiest thing, if you want to do that. But yeah, you did. You won. You absolutely won. I can't believe it. Probably one of the best games ever made. I have no idea what it is, but it's got to be. The guy that wrote it, or wrote them, because it would be more than one. That's what they thought. They thought it was the best game they ever did. So yes, I do have soft souls. Saying hi from the Cloud Dosage news stream. Smile, you're famous. Woohoo! Am I? I love to be famous. That is so cool. I tell you what, Squids, Cloud Dosage is famous. Every article I've read this week on Amazon Luna, whether it's Verge or Yahoo, just anywhere, they've all said, according to Cloud Dosage _link, that must have, I bet if you look at your stats, it's gone like this week. I hope so for you. I really do. I hope it. You guys deserve it. As you know, I use Cloud Dosage a lot. In fact, I have Cloud Dosage on my screen right now. It's a great news resource. And we had MM2K, one of the founders of Cloud Dosage, if not the founder, on our show last night on Rock Players. Yeah, no, absolutely, Squids. I'm not kidding you, my friend. When I went a-looking for Lunar News, every single article said, according to Cloud... So if you look for, I don't know, let's see if I can find it. Amazon Lunar loses 50 games. All right, Amazon Lunar News. I'll pull it up and show you, just to prove my point. News. Right, okay. I'm going to go across to Larry. And I'm going to show you. So here's one. I'm just going to randomly choose them. Amazon Luna set to lose 53 more games. Right, here we go. Let me just do a random search for Dosage. All right, well, that one didn't, but that's because they just nicked it from someone else. But I can assure you, because if I go to, let me see. Oh, this is normally the end of the show music. That's how I can always tell. If we go to Verge, here we go. We go over to Verge. Here we are. And we're looking for Luna loses 50 games. It's a great track. Do 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 do. Let me search for it. Be all day. What do you mean Luna's not in the list of game news? It was there yesterday. I read it. Oh, I've been and made this. I've said this thing to Squids and he's got all excited and now it's not here anymore. Well, it is, mate. You'll see it when you go looking for it. Let's try Yahoo. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, okay, Yahoo. Right, here we go. Here we go. I'm going to find Cloud Dosage if it's the last thing I do. Dosage. There it is. Look. You see? There it is. So this is on yahoo.com, right? And it literally says, in December, some of these were from Cloud Dosage reports, and there's a link to the report. In February, yeah, see? Everywhere I looked, there you go, look, takes you straight back to the article. Telling you, that would have got amazing stats, I reckon. But it wasn't just them, there was a ton of them. And they all basically referred to your article. Look, that's absolutely great, isn't it? Absolutely, well done. That's going to do wonders for your stats, that's for sure. No questions asked. Amazon loses 53 games or whatever it was. 9 to 5 Google. All right, so that's one, isn't it, right now? Let's see if they mention dosage. There you go, look at that. Amazon, there you go, 9 to 5 Google, as Cloud Dosage, who first spotted these removals, points out, and there's a click through straight back to your article. Yeah, you see? That's what I'm saying, it was big. Like 9 to 5 Google, Yahoo. And The Verge did have it. They just obviously pushed the news off the front page. But it's all going on. Yeah, not good. Yeah, you're right, Consino. Good, brilliant for Cloud Dosage. Not so cool for Luna. Poor old Luna. Oh, yeah, I meant to say what my thinking is on that one. So I was thinking to myself, Stadia, I understand why Google, when they had to sit there and think, what are we going to get rid of? I understand why they said, let's get rid of Stadia, guys. You know, it's a place, it's an experiment, it's a market we've never been in before. We're not really comfortable there. Let's just not. You know what I'm saying? Whereas with Luna, it's very much in the space of Amazon Prime Video. So for me, it kind of fits in there. That's why I don't think I just think all of this is part of some kind of shift in their model versus, and maybe contracts. You see, it may be that they've gone back to their publishers and studios and devs and they've said, guys, we want you to sign this new contract. It's different to the old one. And a lot of them have gone, nah, don't want this new contract. So they've gone, that's okay, it's fine. We'll take your game out. Don't worry. You just don't know, do you? Could be any old stuff going on. Big shout out to the team. I'm proud and honoured. Yeah, and so you should be, my friend. You all do an amazing job. Thank you so much, dude. Yep, I'm going to leave you all as well because I've just, because it's that time of the day and you've all got weekends to start. If you have Hogwarts Legacy, the default edition, the basic edition, on PC, it is now playable. So you can play it, download it from Steam, play it locally, or play it on Boosteroid, and keep fingers crossed it'll show up in other places in the very near future. But it is officially live. So, do you know what? The number one most watched game on Twitch ever, I believe. And I don't know what the numbers are, the sales, but I can only imagine. You take a franchise as massive as Potter and then deliver a great game. Yeah, it's an absolute surefire winner, isn't it? So that's brilliant stuff. You guys have an amazing weekend. Thank you so much, as always, for joining me through the week. I will see you, if not this weekend, I'll see you on Monday. Rokk out.
in this